My question is, what is jazz to you?
Hmm. What is jazz to me? Uh, Jazz is an expression born of the story to me of my people, Black people. um, it's a movement, it's a metaphor, it's a message. And I would say that message would be kind of a still I rise thing, kind of the idea that there's a reckoning, philosophically, spiritually, that takes place between, um, those who oppress and those who have been oppressed. It's the sound of, well, I've heard it said that, like, say, ragtime, like the original, Scott Joplin, like, kind of where we say jazz began, but really jazz, we could take it all the way back to Africa, I'm sure. If you want to talk about beats, and we can take it as far as trap music today. But if we start in like quasi 100 years ago or a little more now, like I love to think about the push and pull of the left hand. And it's like a stride piano. And for some, that represented the structure and culture and the status quo. And then the improvising over that was really what Black people had to do. And blues is born of pain. Blues is something we would have been doing anyway, but it's something that happens when you try. And I say this with love, but it's something that happens when you, like, I have this saying, like, um, you only steal when you're broke. So when you're trying to take something from me and my people, it's because you lack something, not because I do. So jazz is the sound of a people who keep um, leading this legacy of just like winning and having like culture and it doesn't mean that you're superior. It's just that the more people try to attack you, it's like the better you are. I mean, it's a compliment almost. So and that's not just a fight, it's a dance. And it's in everything. And it's not just for Black people, because I think anybody can possess that kind of fight. And I don't even want to call it fight because at the end of the day, you don't even have to. You just have to express your, be true to your story. So anyway, that's what jazz is. It's like improvising. It's really how you live, how you treat people, and it's the fact that that's gonna come back to you like in the pocket. It's like this whole thing. Does that make sense?
Right.
Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I was just like, huh, I'm gonna keep talking because that's the way I feel. That's the way I feel about it. I could go on and on, but yeah,
You're so
for
smart.
starters, I love you.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see. I haven't decided which random question I'm going to ask you. I have a few in my head. Let's go with, hmm. Okay. 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 If, hmm. Okay. If jazz were,
Uh-huh.
no. Nashon. Okay. If jazz were an item, any object on top of Earth's crust, what would it be?
If jazz were any item on top of Earth's crust, for me, the first thing I think of is a concrete rose. It's Tupac's song. It's that like I we talked about this before actually. Like the funny thing about like when you put a sidewalk down, the earth still like moves it. And the earth is the earth underneath everything. And it doesn't mean that the sidewalk is necessarily bad. It's just the earth is like mom. Like the earth just has its sovereignty. And I would say that jazz is very, very close to that divine uh, energy, like a concrete rose that you can't really argue with, or you can't. I don't know what the word would be, but it's going to live. Is that a good example?
Slow clap.
Okay, I want another item. I want a less deep one. Can I do two?
Please, please.
I'll try not to be deep. Uh, let's see. Jazz would be also like, you ever had like a really good mango in your mouth? A
Hmm.
good, yeah, good taste. Jazz is good taste. Yeah, good texture. Yep, good color. Yep, juice. It's juice in your. That means that it's good. Yep, yep. We can keep talking about food too. That is actually. You know what? You know what? That's actually another answer. So it's definitely the concrete rose, but it's also food. It's food. Good food. That organic stuff that's like gonna make you well. Yeah.